Alrighty, let's start with everybody who is present, rolling a d20.
I'm going to roll a 13. So close.
There is no God. If you were to break down the universe into all of its basic building blocks of matter, you would not find 1 ounce of justice. It does not exist. It is only a concept created by humanity to feel good about itself.
All right, Matt. What happened last time?
I believe in you. Divine it.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Is this going to be a musical number?
No, I'm not going to sing this. I could, but I'm not going to. Last where we left off, our brave adventurers were heading into the Feywild to go do their. Joan and Leon were trying to find a way into the Underdark, or whatever it's called in this set. I forget.
Realm.
Underrealm. Yes, because it's different from the Underdark. Completely different. Underrealm. To go find those lost people that had disappeared. But nobody knows what happened to them because scrying magic didn't work, which might be a really shame for the elves because they are just a bunch of peeping fucking toms. Can't mind their own goddamn business.
Literally, all of their names are named Tom.
That's all they do. That's all they do. Also, scrying isn't. What are the materials for scrying spells? It doesn't matter. But I feel like it's not free.
Nothing is free.
So Joan and Leon were to the Underrealm with their new druid friend Oliver Twist, and to go find the lost elves. And when they got there, they found that all of the elves were captured by the evil warlock Keebler and forced them to bake endless amounts of cookies for the troll lords, also known as the Trolletariat.
Are you like refusing to do this? Because are you mad, Matt?
I was not here last week.
You weren't?
I was not.
Yes, you were. You roleplayed.
I was not.
You roleplayed with Davion.
No, that was the time before, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, that was the week before.
That was last week.
Was it last week? I thought I missed a week.
You did, but that was the week before last week.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because remember, you had to tell the story last week too, and you didn't want to because you weren't there for the week before.
I could have swore I missed last week too.
I told you, no, once you have to roll too, and you were the one that had to tell the story, and you did the same exact thing. You were right.
Okay, no, sentences. It was completely different, but still funny story. It was not the same story. There was no elves and cookies and Trolletariats.
I didn't mean the same story. I meant you did the same method of storytelling. You went off a complete tangent. You just kept going and made your own story with it, which is fine. But
okay, I thought I wasn't here last week, but apparently I was.
I don't
in that case,
being here. I'm so confused.
It was I remember it was like I could have swore I wasn't here last week. Okay. But I mean, stop it if I'm wrong, and I'm just doing the week before. Joan and Leon's ghost had met the woodland creatures who could all talk and had their own unique personalities and names, none of which I can remember. And there was something wrong with the forest. So they went underground where they found a giant worm, even though it had legs. So technically it wasn't a worm because worms do not have legs. Also it had eyes, which worms do also not have. So really, it wasn't a worm at all, but we called it a worm nonetheless.
It's my setting, damn it.
It was a giant worm.
Worm if I want.
So they absolutely fucking destroyed this giant worm. I think
That
there
was
was
the start of last session. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry. Was there like two or like there was at least two critical hits. I think there might have been three. Were there three?
There were two.
Two. This thing took two critical hits. It didn't even kill it. They needed one more attack to finish it off. But they did really well against this. Also, Leon tried to do the rage thing that makes him need to roll a saving throw against a confusion spell, and he fucking failed again. But they managed to defeat the worms, and the woodland creatures were happy. Then they continued on their way, where they met Olivia, the druid, who is also an elf, I think.
I don't think we know.
Unknown origin. Olivia. And they had a weird. I don't think they trusted each other. I don't remember much about the reaction, but I feel like Leon and Joan didn't quite trust Olivia, mostly because they sounded a lot like that other characters they didn't trust either.
I mean, Olivia also trying to destroy the tree, the Eldarin tree, or at least get underneath.
Wait a minute, a druid trying to destroy? That doesn't sound right.
It's Callan in disguise. I knew it.
It sounds like the opposite of what druids do.
She didn't say to destroy the tree. She said to just go to the tree.
And go underneath it. And I think there's a little more that I'm forgetting, but okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're okay now, but watch it, because the Lorax has their fucking eyes on you. So anyway, meanwhile, and probably the biggest example of unnecessary conspiracy, they had erased not only Dylan's mind, but the minds of, I'm pretty sure, almost everybody in the capital city, if not in the entire country, to forget all about Joan and Leon. And also, they made Dylan forget that he met back up with his departed brother, which was also unnecessary and kind of a dick move. So anyway, he apparently instead his memories were replaced by a bunch of generic and ass named NPCs. I believe their names were Trevor, Michael, and I want to say Renee.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, hey, got it right first try. Good for me. I don't know much about. I don't think. Guess Trevor was supposed to replace all of Zach's characters. Mike was like the replacement for Leon, and Renee, I think, was supposed to be like Joan's replacement, kind of vague. But anyway, everybody forgot about them. But Dylan discovered a picture in his little hidey hole, a drawing of him and Leon and Joan, who he didn't remember. So he was having like a whole a conspiracy moment, like, oh my god, what happened? And he talks to Renee, and he's like, you never did go out to dinner with me that one time. And I'm like, hoomst? That doesn't sound like me at all. Dylan Mordecai turning down a date. Now I know there's like a conspiracy afoot. So anyway, I talked to like the so I went to, a few weeks later, I'm like going through town and I see like Davion, but I don't remember Davion because I rest my Davion too. And like this father was yelling at Davion because apparently Davion was like looking at his like teenage daughter, but all Davion was doing was like drawing her picture. The father was not happy about that. Like he was straight ready to fight Davion. And by the way, I don't know what the father looked like per se, but I don't think he was. But knowing what I know Davion looks like, I feel like anybody trying to pick a fight with Davion's automatically an idiot. Because like I imagine Davion's just like freaking the Hulk, except he's not green, probably.
Either very courageous or very stupid.
Just very like fucking like wanting to die. Like I don't know. Like he got upset. Like and Dylan, just being the good person he was, tried to step in and like calm down everyone before somebody got hurt. Probably the father. Anyway, Davion was like confused because his friend Dylan didn't recognize him because I guess Davion was like the one guy the elves couldn't like get their mitts onto to erase his mind. Probably because he like used since the force and like saw them coming and be like just destroyed all of them. And like him and Davion go get a drink at the tavern where Georgie and his mom Hannah live, and also they raised their memories too, which was really sad because Hannah and Leon had like a thing going, and they replaced Leon with Mike, and so Hannah had a thing going on with Mike, which is not okay because that was like the most purest thing in this whole entire fucking campaign was Hannah's relationship with Leon, and the elves touched it. Fucking none of the elves don't deserve any kind of mercy at all. Stop laughing.
I'm there with you, Andrew.
Continue.
So anyway, Davion was like, "This obviously seems the work of elves, which is fair. I feel like at this point, after this is all over, I think elves are just gonna become the new hag, where we just assume they're right behind everything with elves." He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go fight the elves and figure out what happened. You can come with me if you want." And Dylan was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll go with you." And then that's where the session ended.
Mhm.
He also said that he wouldn't kill anyone. So
Yeah, so Dylan's gonna have to do a little double tap on people's unconscious bodies.
So we start today's session with Jean, Marvel, and Olivia. Let's go ahead and roll the encounter.
Me?
Sure.
13.
Okay. Roll again.
I don't know how I feel about this, but it's a 20.
Wow. You're epic.
I am, thank you. Mad elite.
Go ahead and roll me another d20.
20 again, 20 again, 20 again.
That'd be something. 18.
So close.
Roll again.
Another same d20?
Yep.
An 8. Is it over? Am I free?
All right. You, all of you, go through the day without any encounters.
Nothing
Oh.
interesting happens?
No. But if you don't have inspiration, you gain it.
Oh, hey! I had to pay that last time for some hints, so that's nice.
What inspires them?
Roll again. Just the fact that they had a whole entire day of traveling through the Feywilds and just how beautiful and peaceful it is. And they are at ease. Roll again.
Someone else's time.
I mean, I'm the only other person, so I guess I'll roll,
Sure.
even though I'm not there. So
Yeah, do it for me.
Do it.
18.
Okay. Roll me a d4.
A D4.
ooh, a D4.
1.
Roll me a d100.
Loading in. Yes.
7.
Oh boy.
So as you three are traveling through the forest, you get to a spot where you hear the sound. Just hear the sound of some birds chirping along. And what is everyone's passive perception?
17.
Jesus, what?
Hex.
How do you have 17 passive perception?
I assume 3 proficiency and 4.
Yeah, I have a 4 in perception with wisdom. And then I got proficiency, so.
I only have a 2 in
Alright.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kind of inhaled the rest of my peanut butter sandwich.
Okay.
Right. Which is not a recommended thing to do.
Matt.
I'm fine. I think.
Good.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, all right.
So, where is it?
Pass without I'm joking. My go-to spell to everything.
I guess so. Where?
Before this combat, pass without a trace.
Pass without trace.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
When you're
On one
a
hand, it
druid
stops.
and all you have is
Pass without
movement
trace is like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it stops enemies from tracking you, but on the other hand, whenever you die, it's gonna make it really hard for people to find your body.
That's true. Oh boy.
What level is Scry?
6.
You know what's kind of. You know, I wonder what happened to that froggy companion that kind of slipped into my back pocket.
What's the froggy's companion's name?
It's not mine, and I don't even know what's in there or in the back pocket.
You guys get to like this small little break in between the foliage and the trees, and you notice that there are 3 10 by 10 like patches of dirt that are looks like as if something had burrowed in it and then kind of covered it up, like it dug up a hole. And you can see what looks like black beady eyes looking out from the dirt.
How big are the eyes?
There are 4 in each patch, and there a pair of them look like about as big as your fist, and the other 2 look about the size of a golf ball. And Olivia, you immediately know, because of you're native to this forest, that these are ankhegs. These are the large praying mantis creatures that burrow into the ground and wait for their prey to come across, and then when they get close, they spring out into action and attack.
Are these different from the praying mantis creatures who like cutting down trees?
In meta perspective, they are not, but
how many do we see, or is it just one?
You see 3. These 3 blue squares.
And there's like a big one and 2 small ones. Or smaller ones.
2 big and 2 small.
For eyes on each patch of dirt.
Okay, so it's like 2 big eyes and 2 small eyes, because they probably have 4 eyes.
Correct. Joan, you see these 3 as well.
How far away are they? Also, I'm going to stop moving.
You guys should be at the map.
Oh, sorry, my character sheet's in the way. Okay.
So you're at the edge. They don't seem to have noticed you yet, or if they have, they haven't sprung out into action. They're waiting for the right opportunity to strike.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
I'm going to tiptoe backward like 2 steps and kind of gesture to Olivia
No.
to do.
Sorry. I was gonna say, if you, Zach, you know that you can also grant other people.
Yeah, I know.
ability with you.
And that's what I'm going to be doing.
You're
as
gonna
well.
cast it to yourself and to Joan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it says you and your companions, so you don't have to cast it like one for each.
Yeah, well, it says each creature you choose.
Yeah. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you
So
has a 10.
yeah. So if you don't want to have your other allies to have that stealth bonus,
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, you don't have
Sacrificing me.
I'm going to do that.
to. Okay. So Joan, you feel this magical synergy wrap around you to where you leave no footprints at all, and you are extremely silent. Even when like the leaves brush against your clothing, they don't make a single sound.
I'm just thinking to myself and Leon, even better than usual.
Leon's gonna say, "Why don't you have me get out of this bow? I've been itching to smash something."
That doesn't sound like Leon.
Not this.
Oh,
I think I'm not in the mood to fight quite.
I
I
just
just
can't stop thinking about that damn Holland.
yeah, that sounds like Leon.
We could sneakily stealth away.
I nod and step backward with Olivia again.
I want to destroy him.
We will, and we can do it faster if we don't fight them.
All right. Just for shits and giggles, roll your guys' stealth checks.
All right.
What is it, a +10 from past?
Yep. Plus 10.
I don't know,
That is a
Xynor. That's a
crit.
bit.
37.
Oh my god. Xynor disappears from reality.
27.
Yeah, so like Olivia, you're just kind of like you like kind of turn to like find a route, and you're like, okay, I think we can sneak this way, and you look back, and Xynor is just gone. She just vanishes.
I just realized that Zach's character token is the iconic witch from Pathfinder.
Really?
You
Yeah.
guys can get around and not trigger the ant hex.
Yay.
All right. So let's go ahead and roll another d20.
All right. I'll do that. Boom.
14.
Okay. Roll another one.
All right. 10.
All right. Roll another one. Next time.
20. Matt.
Okay. Roll
Well.
another d20.
Okay. Another 20.
Really?
Yep.
Is either really good or really bad?
I'm hoping it's good, but you know, I could be wrong.
Wouldn't it be nice?
So, Olivia, you're getting to the part of the forest where you're starting to become more familiar with the species around you. You're getting close to where your parents have trekked throughout their lives raising you. And however, as you walk through the thick woodlands of the Feywild, a weird feeling creeps up your back. You look around you to see if something might be watching you, or maybe a bug is crawling up your neck.
I see.
Though there is nothing unusual. You see a massive tree, however, standing 30 feet tall, with a trunk 6 feet wide. Its green leaves glisten in the sunlight like emeralds in a king's hoard. Little critters dash around the large limbs that zigzag and reach up to the sky as if trying to grasp at the air. As you gaze upon this tree, you can't help but to feel the tingling in your back, almost as if a sixth sense is telling you something weird is afoot.
Ooh. Just me though feels this, correct?
Yes. Mavrin will say to you in your head, "You feel that, don't you?"
I do.
Who's Mavrin?
You'll find
My
out.
well, all right.
Wait, who?
Nothing.
We don't know yet.
Okay.
I think Leon might know, but
So, do you respond to Mavrin?
can you repeat what he says?
She says, you feel that, don't you?"
Yes, I do. Should I be aware of it, or could you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
She says, "That feeling, that is your natural senses of the Feywild telling you something strong is around here. I would take caution."
Okay. I'm gonna pass without trace again.
Is this the same day as the previous encounter, or is this a... Okay.
These are different days. Every time that you roll a d20, you're rolling for a new encounter for a new day.
Okay. Just checking.
So I'm gonna pass without trace. Apply it to allies.
What is your passive perception?
It's a 17, same as Jones, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
Nope, just 15 for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, my wisdom's +2. My dex is a +4.
Oh.
Together, making a monk.
Okay, never mind. As you cast your spell and you go to like stealth away, Joan, you notice that Olivia seems a bit on edge. You hear her cast the spell that she has used before on you to make you very
Extra
quiet.
stealth.
And yeah, you just see her cast that spell just out of the blue.
I'm going to stay quiet, but kind of look at Olivia for cues.
I think there's something powerful around us. Be careful where you step or walk.
I'm going to follow Olivia's steps precisely as we go whichever direction she chooses.
I'm gonna keep going in the same direction that we were originally, just a lot more stealthier with the whole pass without trace.
Okay. As you start to walk away, you've heard these voices before, Olivia. You know that it is the Feywild itself will speak to you. However, since you are not quite attuned to it yet, to listen to it, all it is just faint whispers. But you catch one word. What other languages you speak?
I speak. Let's go back to my main part. Like, I'm not sliding. I'm making my thing smaller. I think it's Elvish and Common, and that's it. Yeah, common and
What's your
elvish.
background?
My background?
Yeah.
It is. Well, I speak Druidic as well, but my background. I want to believe it's Hermit. I don't have it here.
If it's Hermit, you get one more language,
Oh.
which I would suggest taking Sylvan.
Alright. I'll take Sylvanian.
Thought, is it Sylvanian or Sylvan?
It's Sylvan. That's mine too. Yay.
You hear in Sylvan the word guardian. And usually the Feywild does not speak to you unless if it's telling you something important, something it's trying to deliver a message to you that it wants you to hear.
So it either means someone's a guardian that's powerful around me, or I'm the guardian and there's something wrong. So, I'm gonna say that to Joan, that the forest spoke to me and said guardian.
Do we need to stay and watch for something? Do you think there's a problem? I feel like we should be on our way if we can.
Leon will say to Joan telepathically. Wait, okay, so you said that what did you say to Joan, Olivia?
I said the forest spoke to me, and it said guardian.
Okay, so Leon will make a comment to Joan and say, perhaps if the forest is talking to her and said guardian, maybe there's a guardian of this part of the forest that's around.
And I'm just going to think this to Marvell. And you think that it would be beneficial to speak with this guardian?
Maybe it knows a entryway into the underrealm.
If there is a guardian here, how would we find them?
Maybe this Olivia person can speak with the forest, and the forest can tell her.
I'll be right back.
Do I know Olivia's name? Actually, I don't think I do.
I
thought she introduced herself.
I think I did.
Did you? Okay, I wasn't sure. Olivia, can you speak to the forest back and ask whether there's anyone, whether there's a guardian nearby?
I've never tried speaking to the forest, but I sure can try.
Well, if nothing else, you said you could speak with animals, and I think you said you could speak with trees, didn't you?
I can speak with trees. I can speak to plants. I can speak to animals.
Well, what is the forest if not its plants and animals? I think you should see what you can say to them and what they might say back.
I'm gonna try doing that trick, tapping into the Feywild and speak back in Sylvan.
Okay, you sit down and you start to close your eyes and you start to meditate. And go ahead and give me a wisdom check. Just your wisdom modifier.
16.
What do you say to the Feywild?
I asked for clarification
on
what they meant by guardian.
you say this, and again, when you close your eyes, you eventually kind of see the faint glow of all of the natural web that connects all of the life forms together. You see it kind of this networking system of all this magical energy going everywhere, and you hear whispers again, but you only hear one word that is clear to you, and the word is.
The word is what? Hello?
The word is tree.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Plants.
Okay.
And there's a spell. And I'm gonna go to the. I'm guessing we're standing on top of a tree, right?
The
Or
30-foot tree.
or are we like at the base of the tree, or where are we exactly?
Here, I'll get a thing. Here. Oh, whoops. Spell tree with too many E's.
Okay. Okay. So, is this a moving tree or just a single tree?
It's this tree in the middle of this clearing here.
Okay.
It's just like a really obvious tree just standing out to us, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna slowly walk up to it and say, you wouldn't know of any guardians here, would you? To the tree. What? What do you say, Andrew?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said no.
So. Okay, that's cool. You cast a spell. You have to touch the planet. Oh, it's just yourself. You cast a spell. Are you going to approach the tree or which?
I thought I said I slowly approached the tree, but apparently you didn't hear that. But that's fine. Yeah, I
You want to
cast a
move your
spell.
token?
Yeah, I'll move my token. Just give me a sec. Come on. Here we go.
When you do, the tree.
The tree what?
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm sorry. What was your question again? I'm like trying to read this spell and stuff, and I forgot what your question was.
I asked if the tree has seen any guardians around, or guardian trees, particularly.
And there's no saving throw at all. It just happens. You do that, and all of a sudden you see the tree eyelids open from the trunk, and a face turns and looks at you, and it blinks a couple times, and then you see a mouth move, stretches itself, and it says, "Ugh. Ugh. Oh."
Well, are you all right there?
Yes, I think I'll be fine. I'm just, I haven't moved in quite some time. And then you see some of the branches that are reaching up to the sky actually bend down. It creaks and snap as the bark starts to crack from joints, and you see the branches are actually appendages. Ugh.
Can Joan see any of this, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Right.
Little one, why do you come here and disturb me at my slumber?
We were passing by, actually. We did not mean to disturb you, if that's what we did. We felt something unusual in the area.
You felt something. You then see the large tree notices the staff that you wield, and like a tree bark eyebrow, one of them raises, kind of cocks his face. That staff you have, where did you get it?
I removed it from the hands of District B.
District B.
Yes, the elves. I don't know what their purpose with it was, but it seemed dangerous enough in their hands.
That staff, does it speak to you?
Yes. But it refuses to tell me anything, so I'm slowly gaining its trust.
That explains it. You then hear in your head, Olivia, Maverin says, Olivia, I don't feel we should stick for long. If this thing decides to attack, it's not going to be pretty.
Well, it was nice talking to Mr. Tree, but it seems that we have to go.
So be it. Child, what you wield there is something extremely powerful. I hope it teaches you how to master its gifts well.
Thank you.
If you are ever to need assistance, I will try to do my best if you are here. but I'm afraid I cannot leave this clearing.
Then I shall find you the next time I need your aid.
I shall be waiting here.
Actually, now that I think about it, you wouldn't happen to know where the opening of the underworld would be, wouldn't you?
Underworld, the world of the dead.
Is that what it's called, or
You're looking for
that...
the underrealm.
Oh, the underrealm. Sorry, I didn't mean the underworld. I meant underrealm. Sorry.
He'll say, I know not of where to find. I know not of where one is, but I do know that north they tend to open.
I see.
Your friend in the bush. She
Yeah.
seems uneased, hostile. I can feel it.
She may look like that of the hand of a District B elf, but she sounds as if she hates it. So I accompany her until she gives me no other reason to trust her.
Yes, but know this, child. If one is to hate does not mean one is to not.
I see, Mr. Tree. I'm gonna walk back to Joan now, and I'm gonna say we need to get out of here.
Which way?
I'm gonna go to the direction that we've been going this whole time.
Okay. The tree will just kind of like watch you walk around in the bush to disappear, and then will just reach his arms out and go back to pretending to be a non-sentient tree.
Must really suck to be a sentient tree.
All right, let's
I
roll
guess-
a d20.
I guess you could say it's not easy being green. But
That was really sappy.
Oh boy.
sorry,
Oh man.
sorry. I guess I was just trying to pine for your attention.
Oh goodness.
Morgan, I think it's your turn this time for the D20.
I think you're right. I think I better roll.
Yeah, you better roll before Dylan or Andrew makes any more tree jokes.
Yeah, you might want to say before they get too deep rooting around. Further joke.
Oh, God, no.
Getting real sick and tired of this.
12.
All right, roll another one
Okay.
for the next day.
Another 12.
All right, roll another one for the next day.
How many days is this? 14.
All right, for the next day.
Have we found nothing? 15.
Feywild sure is big.
Yeah, it is.
For the next day.
11. Man, I'm good in those teens.
All right, for the next day.
Anybody else want to take a turn at this? 8.
Okay. For the next day.
Somebody else.
I'll go. Hold on. $14.
Okay. So for the next day, You guys are trekking along when all of a sudden you hear, far off in the distance, the faint sound of a waterfall. This sort of excites you, as you haven't really encountered one in the Feywild quite yet. You've seen a few rivers and creeks and ponds and lakes here and there, but never a waterfall. And when you get to the clearing, you see that the forest abruptly ends at a massive edge, and you see a large mouth, colossal size, the size of a city, with a large river dropping off the edge. At the hole goes deep down into the ground, far beyond what your dark vision could go down into, and you see that there are about 3 more scattered within hundreds of feet of each other. And as you stand here, you swear you can hear the faint noise of a breeze coming out of these tunnels, almost as if they were breathing. And Olivia, you know, because you have seen them before, that these are the tunnels that you were looking for. These go into the underrealm.
I see. I believe we are here.
I think you're right. I couldn't tell from the giant holes that.
How are we going to get down? Says Leon.
I'm going to say aloud. Actually, no, I'm not even going to say anything. Are there any ledges or anything, or is it just like a sheer drop? Is the water hitting anything as it?
No, the water just seems to be dropping down deep into this tunnel. You ever seen those? You ever seen people like parachute into like these really big holes that just keep on going down? That's basically the same thing that you're looking at right now.
Okay.
It is a massive sheer drop.
I think that was in the remake of that movie, where it was a bunch of bank robbers who like funded their crazy stunts they like to do.
Huh.
Do you think we can?
Point Break.
If I casted walk on water, could we climb down on the waterfall?
Are you asking that to me?
No, I'm asking to Andrew.
No, that wouldn't work.
Oh, dang it!
Yeah, the water.
I didn't think so.
The water wouldn't be at a stable state. It's in motion.
Oh.
So yes, but it'd be like a super escalator down.
Because it's not like it makes you stick to water. It just makes the water like more dense,
solid,
for you to stay on. Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
Gives you water striding. And I see nothing in the pit.
It's just
pit.
pitch black.
Cool.
Monks can eventually run up waterfalls.
Not sure that helps us here, but maybe when we
eventually,
come back out, I'll be high enough level.
Joan just stays here for the next 5 years training. There's just a montage. Push it to the limit. Olivia's just training him. Come on, one more setup.
Just one more mantid.
Come on. Standing on the razor's edge.
Actually, I think that would be Leon. I think Olivia would be over trying to talk to plants on a way down.
Yeah.
You know, that might not be a bad idea. Do I know anything about how the last scouting party got down?
They probably had climbing gear.
Well, technically I have a little climbing gear.
Okay. I don't know if you said climbing gear or reindeer. I was pretty sure it was climbing gear.
They had some reindeer. Easiest way to get down, really.
That's where Santa comes from, the Feywild. We got all those elves.
I'm gonna talk to Maverick in my head. Ask if he has anything that would be able to help us.
Maverick will say. With the abilities that I possess, there is something that I could do.
Oh, hey. Look at Maverick go.
Wasn't sure if we were exactly ready for it, but I feel maybe will be the time.
Would it be able to get me and my friends down?
This is something that would, yeah, it will definitely allow you to get your friends down.
Definitely. Wow.
However, if you fail to do this, something could go horribly wrong. What I was going to teach you for later, but we could do it now, is I was going to teach you how to conjure an animal from the Feywild.
Oh?
There's a specific animal I have in mind, but again, if the conjuration fails, you'll summon the creature, but it will be hostile to you. And the creature that I'm thinking to summon,
Reindeer.
let's just say that it is something you do not want it to be angry.
Yeah. Would it be a way to, I don't know, tame it if I do fail the summoning? Or calm the creature?
Possibly, but again, it would be very risky. Failure, and it could result in, well, somebody dying.
Let's see.
The creature that I was thinking of you to summon is a creature that was a large alteration of a legendary creature called a rock.
A what?
Except this one is that of an owl. It's very wise, very gentle and elegant. However, it still has the violent instincts of its cousin.
I see.
If you were to successfully conjure this creature, it could fly both of you to the bottom of this tunnel. But failure, well, let's
Could
just
lead
say
to
that
death.
you will be its next meal. It is up to you.
Do you think as a large beast I could have someone ride me?
Yes.
Okay. I forgot that I had wild shape.
Yeah, but
I could transform into a giant spider. So I'm gonna transform into a giant spider and then tell Joan to hop on.
Are you going to tell him before you transform?
No, I'll leave it up to for surprise.
I think he's saying that you won't be able to communicate after you transform.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna communicate then. Yeah.
Okay. So what's your plan?
I'm gonna climb down.
Joan, are you going to just rely on your pure athletic ability to keep grappled onto the spider?
I'm sorry. What exactly has happened?
I don't know.
You're
Olivia's
riding-
turning into a giant spider.
I
Gonna be riding-
jump backward and draw the bow.
Okay.
No. I communicated with you first. That supposed to run with me.
Zach, this
Okay.
is why you role play.
No.
I'm just gonna surprise them by being a giant. spider. That'll work out.
That's what I
Communication.
thought was happening. Okay, so you're telling me what exactly?
I need you to get on me after I transform into a giant spider.
I'm sorry. First, Andrew, do I know about druids and wild?
A lot of the wood elves don't take practice in druidic stuff. But you have heard of some wood elves who go into the Feywild and have abilities to be able to transform into animals. But the wood elves
That's about it.
themselves mostly don't do it because they don't really feel there's a need. Why transform into a dumb animal when you can stay as perfect as the form as you already are?
Gotcha.
It's a bit harsh.
I'm not very familiar with your magic. Does your spider form have silk? Are you planning on repelling us? Have you done anything like that before? How long does it last? We have no idea how deep this pit is.
Give me a second. Read.
I think it's an hour.
I know it lasts an hour. I have no idea about the silk thing.
I don't know. I thought they were just gonna you're just gonna be on their back, and they were just gonna climb down the wall.
Maybe. I don't know.
I can be in this B shape for half of my druid level.
Oh, even better.
So
What's a druid level?
since I am a level 7 druid, I can stay into a giant spider for 3 hours.
Sounds pretty good.
So
And you have a way to get down a giant cliff like that.
I can climb down as a spider. A giant spider, that is.
And how do you know that the wall doesn't the hole doesn't get wider as we go down? And you would be upside down for part of the...
I know that spiders can also climb upside down as well.
Yes, but I can't stay on you if you're upside down.
How about you tie yourself to me then, so you wouldn't fall off?
Did I mention I'm not particularly fond of spiders? I start getting out.
What if it's like a giant jumping spider that has the really cute big eyes?
Joan just goes, "Wow, why'd it have to be spiders?"
Get out a large piece of rope.
Alright.
Well, go ahead, but won't attack me when I'm trying to tie this to you.
That'd be a way for the campaign to end.
Alright. And then she transforms into a blackish giant spider.
Okay.
I tentatively approach and wrap the rope around the spider's abdomen.
Alrighty. Go ahead.
Hey,
and
hey!
give me a
Don't pull
survival
that!
check.
Don't pull too tightly on there.
Okay,
You wouldn't
it's
have
an
realized.
11.
Okay.
That's fine. Does the spider seem large enough that I can sit on its back?
Yes.
Okay.
If it's a large size, you basically treat it as if it's like a mount, like a horse.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's almost horse size. That's fine enough.
Oh wait, I just remembered. Hey,
Oh God.
Duncan.
Yeah.
You only had this ability for one session, but you have an ability that might be able to help you. that might be a little safer. It's something your bow gives you.
I figured that's what you were thinking, but um,
Are we still going with Plan Spider?
maybe. I forgot I have spider climb. You make an excellent point, Andrew. So I start tying the rope around the spider, and I'm like, on second thought, I pull out the bow and put the rope away.
Oh, wait.
Your spider form reminded me of something. Marvel, would you mind assisting me?
I'm gonna look my head in confusion because I can't speak as a spider.
Marvel's just like, huh? What? Oh, that's right.
Wait, how long does spider climb last?
It's a concentration up to an hour.
I still feel like the spider would be safer. As weird as it sounds.
Perhaps.
All right, here's what you do.
Perhaps.
You tie
Yeah.
yourself, and then you cast spider climb, so that you you do that, and then the second that you're gonna fall off the spider, you cast spider climb to catch yourself onto the spider and stick.
I was going to say maybe we both just climb down side by side and tether ourselves together, but
That's an idea.
I don't know if a spider could support me.
How would you guys like to tackle
Your
this?
spider form reminded me that I can climb down. I think that might be better than relying on me not to fall.
If nothing else, I can shoot you with a web and stick you to a wall.
Can your spider form do that?
Yes, I have web as an attack action.
Has Leon cast a spell? Do I cast a spell? How does that work?
You cast it. You were the
Okay.
one. You were the one that uses the abilities, but Leon is the one that allows you to.
Like channels them?
Yeah.
Okay. I go ahead and cast it and try to put a hand down on the underside of the ledge and swing down, trusting Marvel's ability.
You feel that all over your body, that all of a sudden you feel as if there's these tingles, and you notice that there's these tiny little bristles that
Oh.
that poke out of your skin, and it's all over your body. Imagine the tiny little bristles of Velcro.
And then I'm just gonna climb down the tunnel as a giant spider.
Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Dylan.
Yeah.
You are out with Davion. And you guys are about right here. And we'll say it's nighttime. You guys each have your own watch, and the days that you have watched with Davion, he's been silent. Never really starts any conversation. When you start one, he communicates back with the classic style of drawing and then letting you read. When he isn't walking down the road and tracking and being the leader of this little parade, he is drawing. During the nighttime, he will always be the first one on watch, and the nights seem to go by pretty peacefully until this night. You're sitting in front of the fire, possibly looking. I don't know if you took the drawing of those two strangers that you were with, that you supposedly had drew, or I'm not sure if you took that with you or not.
Let me flip a coin. Yes, I did.
Okay. So you're looking at it, wondering who these people are, if they are your friends, why, like, how you guys met and whatnot. What are all the memories that you're missing? And then all of a sudden, you hear from Davion. You hear him start to shift and move. And he rolls over. You don't think much of it. It's almost like watching a dog having a nightmare. And then he, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, his great axe lands into the fire pit, making ashes and char fly everywhere, some of it pelting your face, stinging you a bit. You are startled and you jump back and you start to like slide backward, trying to get away from all the embers. And Davion stands up with his eyes open, completely bloodshot, tears swelling at the bottom of his eyes, and he's just and he picks up his great axe with his one hand that has been embedded into the into the burnt soil, and he looks at you in the eyes, and when you look into them, you see the faint image of what looks to be faces, distorted faces, with their eyes open in terror and their jaws dropped. And you hear the faint noises of hundreds of people moaning in pain and agony. And you also hear the sound of a storm brewing in the background. And Davion, with his great axe held up high, he puts his other hand onto the shaft of the great axe as if he's about ready to bring it down on you. And go ahead.
I'm thinking, Davion, wait, Davion, wake up.
And he swings down, but he stops an inch from your nose. Every single muscle in his body is holding back the swing that he had just brought upon you. And in fact, when he stopped his swing, the air that was pushed from his great weapon swirls and pushes your hair back. Dust swirls up in little tornadoes around you. This swing definitely had the power behind it to possibly kill you in one swoop. And he stops it. And veins bulge out on his arms. Like every single muscle in his body is strained from holding back this attack. He then turns and hits the ground, embedding the axe, burying it into the soil. Just and he walks off into the darkness, stomping off. And you can hear he's starting to cry.
I didn't even know Davion had a great axe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he just like fought things with his like bare fists.
No, he always had a great axe. He just never uses it.
I gingerly walk to follow Davion, keeping a safe distance.
Okay, do you take any light source with you?
Do I take any what?
Light source? Oh wait, I forgot.
Not really, because I can see in the dark.
Yeah, I forgot. So do you want to do like a stealth, or do you
I
want
mean, I don't want him to. I don't want to be like. I don't want to sneak up on him. I kind of want to. I'm slowly approaching him, let him know that I'm. I want him to know I'm there. I don't want him to like be surprised by me.
Okay. So you follow him, and he goes atop a a hill where there's just a rock that's halfway buried um, into onto the hill. The moon reflects off the face of this rock, and Davion stands right next to it, sobbing, just. And he then takes his left hand, his left fist, and just with one punch, nearly obliterates the whole boulder. Just boom. And then he drops to his knees. And he just starts crying.
Davion, it's okay. You didn't hurt me. I'm okay.
I'm
Can I?
sorry.
It's okay. It's no harm done.
I almost killed you. You heard them, didn't you?
Kind of. I'm not sure who they are or what I saw, but I heard something.
It was stupid of me to bring you along. I thought I had this under control.
Uh, I, it's not. I wanted to come along. I want to be here. I want to be with you, cause you're the only person out there who can help me get my memories back.
I could have done it without you.
Um, well, I can't. Well, I know you can do it without me, but I can't do it without you. And I want to. And if I don't know where my friends are, who they are, but I have a feeling that they're in trouble. And if they're in trouble and they're my friends, I want to be there for them. And Davion, I'm not presume anything, but I think that even though I don't know much about you, I think maybe we're friends too. And if that's the case, I also want to be there for you.
He stands up And he wipes the tears off from his eyes and he says, "Everyone that becomes my friend ends up dying a gruesome death. I told myself I would make no more friends. Yet, I still had the feeling I needed to help you. When I know deep inside, I will be
Can you say that? Can you say that one more time?
Like, what part? Like, the whole thing, or where do I need to repeat?
The part where after I said, like, he said, all my friends die a gruesome death, and then after that, I didn't really catch it.
Oh. I told myself that I wouldn't make any more friends because of that. Yet, I still had this feeling like I needed to help you. When deep down inside I know I will be the one responsible for that gruesome death. Now, are you still like a distance from him?
I think I slowly am getting closer to him.
Okay. He'll kind of like turn back, like away from the moon, and look at you, and he says, "My best friend was skinned alive. I killed him for his mercy. The one that I love, she died because this damn bitch wanted to see the monster inside of me. I kill the people that are close to me. I even killed my own people. All of them. You'll be next. So will Joan. So will Leon. It's the curse I have."
Well, you know, I kind of have a curse myself. See, no matter what happens to me, I somehow always, no matter what happens to the people around me, my mom, my brother, I just somehow, the universe still refuses to let me die because it just isn't done with me yet. Maybe this is a way to figure out
Who's what? You cut out.
whose curse is stronger. I appreciate you telling me that. I want you to know that I'm here because I want to be here. If anything happens to me, it's because I made that choice. If anything, and I know this, and I'd rather be here, risking my life, trying to figure out who these people are, than just sitting back at, than being back at the college and forgetting that I ever saw this picture.
Davion says, "My curse is the stronger one. I don't think your curse had given you the power to be able to make an entire race of people be wiped off the face of existence, including the gods they worshipped. Have you ever heard of the creatures known as the Dark Elves?
Have I out of character?
You can give me a history check.
$10.
Okay. I mean, to you it sounds familiar. Like you feel like you've heard it been mentioned in class once or twice, but you've never like, if it was mentioned in class, it was you don't like your brain didn't retain any of the information that was said about him.
I think I have, but it's been a while, and I can't think of any like hard details.
The Dark Elves. They had went into a place called the Underrealm. It is a large system of tunnels that spreads across the entire world. They were once like the High Elves, but like the Wood Elves that are here, they changed. An entity had altered their forms, twisted their minds in promise of great power for their devotion, and they became tyrants of this realm. They captured my friends and I. They were the ones that skinned my friend alive. They were the ones that gave me all of these scars. They were also the ones that took my tongue. They had made me watch as dozens of male drow had their way with the one I loved, just to break my spirit, so that I may find them a precious metal for their duchess to use. But this curse of mine had given me strength to fight them. Eventually, one of their great priests had caught wind of my curse and decided to test it. They took the one I loved, cut her into pieces, reshaped her body into a mangled mess, and brought her back to life just to show me, to make me mad. When they did, I snapped. I don't remember anything. I only have the tales of the other sentient creatures that were there to witness the events. They told me that I turned into a monster, as tall as the sky, and I hunted every single drow in the Underrealm. Their patrons came from the shadows, these gods of theirs, to try to stop me. But I ripped their throats out, devoured their bodies, and drank their blood, as if they were children. And as far as I know, I didn't even spare the innocent. Children were my victims as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you wouldn't be able to find a single city or hidden temple of the Drow. But the thing that makes it the worst is I didn't kill them fast enough. They found out my homeland, and they burned all of my people to the ground. After I was done with my crusade against them, I went back home in search of peace. But I had found that even after I was done spreading bloodshed, I still killed people. So tell me, Dylan, do you think your curse will make you kill off an entire species?
I was honestly kind of just trying to be a little funny. I don't think I'm actually cursed. I think it's just, um, but anyway, I don't pretend to know everything that you've been through, but it doesn't change the fact that I still want to be here and I still want to help my friends.
When we get to their base, there is a possibility that you will get to see the creature that killed off the Dark Elves. If that were to come, I suggest your first priority would be to run. I told myself I would never kill again, to help me not fuel the beast inside. But this might be my breaking point.
Okay, I'll I'll be careful, and when it looks like things are getting a bit too heated, I'll step away and let you take care of it.
You should go ahead and rest. I'll stay up.
Okay, just if you need anything, just let me know. Man, Adair is going to be so upset when she figures out she missed all this.
Mm-hmm.
Joan, Olivia,
Mm-hmm.
you guys have been walking down this large cavern for what feels like almost an hour. But eventually you do see the bottom. Kind of curves out. And you see the waterfall has created a actually fairly sized good lake. And you're about to walk into it. You feel that you probably could walk kind of still be on the wall and could sprint around the wall to get to a dry spot. And
Let's see.
you get to the dry spot. The spell turns off. You still have your spider climb, Zach. And you do see that there is a few tunnels that go about.
Is there water around us?
Yeah, so you're on a dry a bank, and this bottom a lot of it's filled with water.
Does it seem clear or?
I mean, it's dark.
Okay.
And as you guys are standing here with a tunnel behind you, there's a tunnel 60 feet above you, about 80 feet away in like the wall. There's just like a couple of them here and there. And you hear from the tunnel behind you, you hear the sound of someone humming. What do you do?
Is this noise and the voice coming toward us, away from us, staying in place?
It's just staying in place. It's
Okay.
coming from the tunnel.
I would like to kind of press against the wall and try to see if I can see the creature without moving too far forward.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. You will have disadvantage since it's in dim light.
20.
So you see about like roughly just at the edge of your dark vision, there is a small creature with a black hood, who has a pack on, some sort of light armament and some weaponry, and he is currently it is currently looking like it's adjusting a stick with some thread, like it's getting ready to go fishing. And it has what looks to be a sack next to it. And from like the contents of it, it looks like darker at the bottom, almost as if there's like some sort of like fluid, or maybe it's gotten wet at the bottom of the sack. And the creature like pulls up the thread and like ties a hoop around this metal object, like a fish hook, and then from the sack it pulls out this like disgustingly thick, purple larva, maybe even a worm. And yes, Matt, it doesn't have legs or eyes. This is a caterpillar. No, this one looks like a worm. And he just takes the big hook and just stabs it through one end and feeds the worm around it. It looks pretty gruesome. And if you and Olivia will go ahead and give me stealth checks. Okay, I should have had you do that a little bit ago.
Get you a what?
Stealth checks.
Oh, okay. Can I pass press pass without trace?
I'm gonna say no
Oh, okay.
this time.
Would you say I'm still in my spider form?
Yes.
27.
Because I don't remember going out of it.
You
Which
are
is
still in your spider form.
Success.
Okay, so I have to look up that. Okay. Plus 7. Oh, what is stealth is dex, right?
Yep.
Okay. It is a 14.
All right. So you guys are kind of like Joan. You're kind of standing up against the wall of this cave. Olivia, what are you doing in your spider form?
I'm kind of stationary because oh, I have dark vision. Okay, and blind sight, whatever that is.
You can see things without using your eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you're just gonna kind of like stay in the middle of this tunnel, hoping that if you stand still enough, nothing can see you in the dark.
I'm gonna try to go. I'm gonna crawl to like the top of the tunnel and just kind of sit up there.
Okay. Bring everyone here. was all that screaming? I hear the sound of screaming children.
That's the souls of the innocent, and yeah. And I'm currently watching them.
That's not low-key creepy at all.
What, the souls of the innocent?
The fact that you're watching them.
Oh, the fact that I'm watching the souls of the innocent?
Yeah.
I don't see what's wrong with it. It's like
Well,
it's just,
I guess
it's
just
just,
the way you said
it's
it.
just a crystal ball with like people streaming inside. It's not. It's just all it
So
is.
it's Twitch. I'm pretty sure it's what Twitch is.
All right, so you guys see where you're at now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the tunnel. The figure would be. Go ahead and place your characters where you are. So like roughly like around here is where the figure would be sitting.
Okay.
So
I'd be
Zach,
kind.
you're just standing there? Okay.
No, I'd be like up, kind of up in the corner, top of the room.
Okay. So as you like start to move, the figure's head like stops and he looks over at the entrance and he watches you climb up and he like slowly places his fishing pole down.
I'm guessing he sees me then.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Well, I don't know what his thoughts would be, but obviously my thoughts, if I was a 2 foot, well, not a 2 foot spider, but a large spider that's crawling in a tunnel, I would be kind of scared.
He definitely looks cautious.
Oh, cautious, I see.
Seems fair.
Nobody's scared of large spiders nowadays. That's kind of sad.
You do see that he goes to pull something like from behind his cape.
Oh.
And you see that he slowly pulls out like there's like a strap around his shoulder. He like pulls out what looks to be a light crossbow.
Oh boy.
And he pulls out a
gonna-
bolt and
I'm gonna scurry behind that wall.
loads it. Readies to aim it, and he goes right here.
What?
He moves up a little bit, and we can kind of see him.
Oh. I'm gonna go and go to the ground and transform back into my human form because that's not gonna work. So.
I'm sorry. What was your percent? Well, I forgot. What was your stealth, John?
Mine?
Yeah.
Crit 27.
Okay. So yeah, he hides behind this this large stalagmite. Yes. Yeah,
Why?
And you see that when he stands about as tall as a child. Like a
tall.
under he's easily under 4 foot. And it has like this like dark gray skin and these long pointed ears. And has some sort of like markings on his arms. When you had seen him stand up and move behind the stalagmite.
Would I know what he is or no?
No.
Nice.
What do you guys do?
Is Olivia doing anything?
Zach?
I'm not doing anything particular. Does he have any type of light
No.
out or something like that? No.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to need it.
I'm gonna try to whisper over to Joan if that's. Could I do that or?
You can always whisper to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I could blind him if I were to instantly light something?
I think it likely, but let's not resort to that yet.
I see.
You could just go down a different tunnel even, but he might not even be dangerous.
That's true. We can entangle him if he seems dangerous.
How about we either say hello or walk away?
I see. All right. Up to you. I'll follow after your lead.
Okay. I assume he hasn't moved I haven't seen him move from behind that.
No, you haven't seen him move.
Can I tell anything about any of the different tunnels branching off from where we are? Other than that, the one closest to me is very narrow, and the other two are fairly.
I mean, not really. I mean, you can see
Yeah, I don't
that
think
this
so.
one bends a little bit. But other
Okay.
than that, you don't know.
I'm going to step out from behind the rock wall I'm standing behind and just kind of hold my hands out to the side, longbow still on my back. And just kind of, wave a little toward where I saw the person disappear.
No response.
Can I read a map in the dark?
Yeah.
I imagine I can. Okay. I'm going to go across the tunnel since I've stepped out and go join Olivia and watch for any movement in the tunnel until I'm on the other side of Olivia.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Is that you, Joan? I can't see down here.
Yes, it's me.
Okay.
23.
Okay. You don't see any movement.
Keep an eye out for it, just in case. I'm going to see if I can figure out where we are.
I can't see anything down here.
Nothing.
Not a single thing.
Don't light anything yet. I'll watch for it. And I think
Oh,
to Marvel to let me know if there's any movement in the tunnel.
Can you see stuff?
Of course.
Wow. I didn't expect. Well, I think I have more birth defects than I thought I had, apparently.
So what are you guys doing?
So I'm asking Marvel to keep an eye out for the creature while I look at the map and see if I can tell which of the 3 tunnels to go down, based on where I know I'm supposed to be going for the objectives of rescuing the people and finding the source of anti-scrying.
Okay. And Olivia, what are you doing?
Nothing because I can't see.
Okay. So, Joan, you look at the map and you have a pretty good feeling that you know, like, what direction this tunnel roughly goes. And based on the map and what it looks like, you feel that this tunnel is a good start. I mean, it doesn't look anything like the tunnel on the map, but it seems like it's going roughly the same direction.
The one that the creature's in?
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you start to, like, ponder, Olivia, you feel something press against your
Oh no.
your backside, and you hear something say,
Pressing.
"Huh? What'd
Can
you
you
say?"
repeat that? You said it pressed on against something.
Your backside,
Oh.
and
Joan, is that you?
you hear a voice. "All right, dearie. What the bloody hell are you doing down here in the dark? You got 5 seconds before I put one of these bolts right up your ass." And
I
Joan,
pull
you
out.
hear it too.
Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna pull out the longbow and knock a arrow. I wouldn't do that unless you want to die too.
I think your friend would die first.
There's no reason for both of you to die. We're just moving through the tunnels to look for some of my lost friends. We have no qualm with you. We just want to walk past.
Do you think I could cast foreign death on myself?
Feign death?
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but it probably wouldn't be a smart idea when you have a crossbow bolt that's about to go up your ass if you make any sudden movements.
Well, all I need to do would be just to touch like my arm or something, or just my leg.
Well,
Technically.
there's still like components and stuff.
Oh.
Like if there's verbal or somatic or materialistic, you still have to use those to cast it.
I see.
What's an elf and a human doing down here?
What's a human?
The creature just looks up at you. What the fuck do you mean, what's a human? That's what you are, ain't it?
No, you mistaken me. I'm a.
Excuse me, creature.
I'm a elf, not this.
Excuse
thing
me.
called human.
We are down here looking for lost elves. Are you an elf?
Do I look like an elf to you?
Not particularly, but
Then there
if
you
you're not
are.
an elf, that means we have no qualm with you and no concern with you. So
What
if you
have
don't
there elves
mind,
down here for? There ain't no elves down
because
here.
they were lost down here.
Hmm.
And unless you know where they are, we're not particularly concerned with you at the moment, as long as you let my friend and I.
He withdraws the crossbow from Olivia's backside. And he
Yay!
says, if your friends, if they were lost, you might as well just consider them dead.
We'll take that under advisement, thank you.
I'm telling you, you're wasting your time.
Perhaps, but I like wasting my time.
Well, I guess when you're an elf, you've got lots of time to waste.
Quite right.
But I'm highly offended that you call me a human, whatever that
Oh,
creature is.
goodness.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sorry, sweet
obvious.
cheeks. I didn't mean to harm your feelings. Please accept my humble apologies.
I'm an elf, but my parents told me that I had a few birth defects, like rounded ears, and can't apparently I can't see in the dark.
if you're an elf, then I guess that makes me a bloody orc. What are you? He looks over at Joan and says, at Zinor and says, and what do you think you are? Are you basilisk? You might as well be. That's the game we're playing here. Listen,
We're not playing game here at all.
I came to this water to get some food. All right, and let me give you a piece of advice before you come out here and get yourselves killed. You can't be playing games down here. And I'm serious. Everything will be out to kill you. Whether if you're an elf, a human, a half-orc, or a basilisk. There's always something down here that's bigger, stronger, and more hungry than you.
Well, thank you for the advice, friend. We'll
Don't
certainly
call
do
me
what we
friend.
can to. Well, thank you for the advice, stranger. Best of luck with your fishing. One question before you go. How do you avoid the stronger, hungrier creatures down?
With my skill, of course, and my skin, as you can tell. And he puts his arm up against the stone, and when he stands still, like, eventually you're just like, whoa, like, where did his hand go? My skin adapts to the colors of the stone down here. I can make myself virtually invisible, like the rest of my kin can.
I have to say your kin is well adapted for living in the Underrealm.
Well, when your species have lived down here for thousands of years, I think you get used to it. He then pulls out a little what kind of looks like a jewelry box, like the size of it, but like much smaller for his size. And he opens it and he pulls out a pipe, and he says, and he closes it after putting some herbs in, and he
Just smoking.
mm-hmm. Now, you got any more questions for me?
Not that I can think of. How about you, Olivia?
I'm still trying to figure out what this human thing is, or
Don't worry about it quite yet.
You two
We'll be on our
stress me
way. Sorry?
He says, this is too fucking stressful. And he starts to walk away back into the tunnel to grab his fishing pole and his bait.
I'm going to follow, giving him a respectable amount of space. Just so we can go past.
As you walk past, he stops.
Oh, actually, sorry. Before we go too far, I'm going to take Olivia's hand and guide her down the tunnel.
Okay. As you guys pass, as he's like smoking and has his fishing pole in the other hand, he kind of like side glances and then he stops. And as you guys are like walking further away, he goes, "Hold on a second." And you turn and do you stop?
Sorry, what did he say?
Hold on a second.
I pause for a second.
And he turns and he goes, "That map you got there, where's it going?"
Ideally, to my friends.
Yeah. You know what? I think your friends might actually have a chance of being alive. If that's where they are.
Why do you say that?
Well, if that map is right, then that's around the area where my hometown is.
Well, that's good to know.
The largest city that my people has ever built in the underrealm. You know, I haven't been there in a long time. Your friends are probably begging, wishing they'd be dead, if that's where they are.
I see.
Joan, would it be fine to light a small little fire in my hands?
I wouldn't
Just
suggest that.
I think our friend here, this lovely individual, has a good point.
You know, well, I'm getting sick and tired of you calling me all these names. Just call me Captain.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, what exactly do you mean when you say that our friends might be wishing they were dead?
He walks up to you and he says, "Well, last time I knew, my people were being enslaved by an orc. Calls himself Chief Baldius. Him and his mage, he calls the Magister, came to our city one day, killed our elder, and asserted dominance against my people. The Magister, with the help of our best engineers, had developed a weapon to control a massive army. Chief Baldius is in control of this, and your friends are his little playthings. And trust me, when Baldius gets his hands on you, he does anything he wants, whether you got a cock or not."
Thank you for the information. We'll definitely keep that in mind. And I keep walking with Olivia.
You know, I could take you there. As much as I'd hate to. I don't think I have enough herbs left to smoke away the shitty feelings I get for sending you two to your deaths. I could get you there. I could get you inside his fortress.
And what might you want in return?
I'd want vengeance.
Well, we can certainly help you get that if he has our people in prison.
If we can free your people, get them armed, we could strike at him with an ambush and overwhelm him. Although, I will say this, one of our great engineers is his right-hand man when the Magister isn't around. He's a fairly powerful mage. So if we had to kill King Balius, he would be lots of trouble.
I thought you said this is one of your kind.
Yes.
Well, assuming he doesn't attack us directly, I'll leave him for you to deal.
As much as I'd like to face him by myself, King Balius or Chief Balius, he ain't no ordinary orc. Fucker's got the strength to pulverize a boulder. He'd squish me like a bug.
Well, then, what do you propose we do?
I'll take you to the city. I'll get you in the fortress. If your friends are there, we'll save them, arm them, and we'll attack the chief. We kill him. We can take his army. The army he has is an army of these constructs. The Magister named these constructs the Warforged. There's an amulet the chief has. We take it. We control the whole fleet.
Then the Warforged, under our control, will have no problem dispatching any of the king's remaining followers.
Exactly.
Well, sounds like a good enough plan for me.
All right then. He walks up to you and he says, I haven't really dealt with your kind that much, but at least what the humans do when they accept a deal, they shake hands.
I offer out my hand. The one that is not holding Olivia's hand, so she isn't lost.
She just goes, just starts wandering off. Joan? I just imagine she's just like C-3PO, just, oh my, Joe, where have you gone? I can't find
Yeah,
you.
She's blind as a bat right now. Like, she doesn't know what's going on. Keeps hearing is a conversation.
Just need a spider.
Hey,
he
the
holds
girl's lived the elf life. She hasn't lived the human life, obviously. Not until this moment.
he holds out a hand, and it's like, I mean, it's the size of a child's hand, and you shake it, and he says, kind of like adjusts his belt. All right, lads, follow me. And you guys descend into the darkness. And that is where we're going to end it for tonight.
Neat. I am going to remind Olivia as we go deeper if the darkness is bothering her to turn into a spider at some point.
Yeah, I probably will. Actually, I might transform into one of my other creatures with a lot more health.
But dark vision or blind sight or something.
Yeah. Let's
Cool.
see.
Let's all say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the
Goodbye.
people. Farewell.